Today's best music.
Magic 89.9.
What's up, everybody? This is today's best music. We're Magic 89.9. My name is Ashley. You guys already know the drill. I'm back with you here for a very special interview, and I'm so excited. We are sitting down with an incredible singer-songwriter. She's been a powerful and consistent presence on the charts and on the radio for many, many years now, and our radio station includes. Everybody, please welcome over here on our beautiful Zoom call, the incredible Bebe Rexha. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for being here. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. And that's a great way to start off. I did want to ask you that. I'm so excited to talk about your music, and you have, we've still been hearing a lot from you the past year or so, but it has been a pretty crazy year. So first and foremost, I do want to ask, how have you been the past crazy year? How have you been staying creative and inspired, and what have you been up to in general?
Wow. It has been a crazy year. I've been calling my parents over video chats, speaking to them a lot because I haven't been able to see them as much. I've been cooking a lot. I have been writing songs. I have been spending time with my dog. And I have been preparing for this album that's coming out, for the visuals and the photos and the treatments. And I've been doing a lot of that, but I am really well. Thank you so much for asking.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that you're doing great and that you've not only, been staying creative and working on your album, but also, keeping up with your family and spending time with your dog. So like you said, your new album is going to be out soon, and your lead single, Sacrifice, is blasting on our radio station right now. We're very excited about it. Can you tell us a little bit about the new song?
Well, when I was a little girl, my uncles, I'm from New York. And my uncles used to have these DJ, when they used to have these DJ setups, and they used to always play freestyle music, and freestyle dance in New York was a really big thing. And it has this kind of boom, 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 like that type of beat. So, and I always loved that music. And one of my friends said to me, why don't you ever put out a dance song? You've done dance songs with David Guetta and Martin Garrix and Cash and J Balvin. Why don't you just put out a dance song by yourself? And I was like, that is a good idea. So we came up with the idea of Sacrifice, and it's still edgy in the lyrics, but it's a fun dance pop song. And I love it. Sacrifice is about sacrificing things in a relationship if you really want to make it work. And that's what it's about.
All right, well, cool. I love that whole idea of you kind of have these dark, more serious lyrics, but you've also have a really fun dance beat. And you also released the music video for the song, which has kind of a almost dark, supernatural tone and look to it, which I think is a bit of a shift away, or an evolution almost from some of your older videos visually. So can you tell us about that? What was the inspiration behind that whole concept?
I wanted to, the first thing I wanted to do was, a lot of people don't know that I started out on Warped Tour with Pete Wentz. Pete Wentz was a Fall Out Boy. He was more in the emo scene, and he gave me my first record deal. And, I was in the Warped Tour. I was in that world for a second. So I wanted to bring back my roots. I really loved Gwen Stefani. I love pop music. But I like darker things, edgier things, grungier things. That's just the type of girl I am. And for the visuals of the video, I didn't want to do your normal pop video, super colorful and glossy and dance routine. I wanted it to be something a bit different. And the director and I were really inspired by Blade and any 90s videos, the aesthetic of The Matrix and Fight Club and Blade, and just kind of that grungier, darker feel. And we wanted just to do something different and try to take a dance club, and instead of it being a basic dance club scene, dancing in a nightclub with lights, how could we elevate it and make it cool and different?
All right. Well, cool. I like that whole idea of, you kind of going back to your roots and also channeling that 90s grungy look. So if you guys haven't seen the music video, do check that out. I really, really enjoyed the kind of gory
It's kind of,
aspect of it.
yeah, it's
Go
really
please.
gory, but also like takes a little bit from like Pamela Anderson, like when she was like a bad girl and she was dating Tommy Lee and stuff like that, like her rock and roll phase. So it's cool.
I mean, that is cool. And your Twitter bio says, I'm not a pop star, I'm a rock star. So I like that kind of, attitude to it. And of course, the new song, visually and musically is setting the stage for your upcoming sophomore album. So, I mean, I'm excited to see you kind of shifting, going back to your roots. So what can we expect from that new album?
You could expect honest, vulnerable, unapologetic songs. I speak about always thinking that I needed a man all my life to help me get through the world, like being like guy will save me, a guy will save you, like that's how we're always like being taught, the man's gonna come and save the day. And I wrote a song about that, about not needing a man, that I could do it on my own. And then I talk about songs where I am scared of being on my own. Am I going to be okay? I talk about sabotaging things that I love in my life. I talk about my mental health issues and anxiety. So I really talk about everything. And I'm really excited for fans to hear that. And visually, it all fits in this like darker world, but it's still glamorous in a sense. I say like, I would love to be Marilyn Monroe, but more gangster, and more edgy and grungy. So I'm really excited for everybody to hear and see the rollout. I think everybody's going to like, I'm really obsessed with it. So I'm really excited for the world to see it.
All right. Well, we're also very, very excited. And I think it's great and it's important that, you're talking about these more serious themes that a lot of people can relate to. And you have said, that this album has been one of the most challenging things for you to make, but at the same time, very fulfilling. So can you tell us about the process of kind of starting that and putting it together? Did you walk into the creative process knowing that this was going to be as vulnerable as it is?
I did know that because I don't know, when it comes to writing music, I have to be completely honest with myself and my fans. And I feel like that's what my fans can really connect to. And that's been the stuff that's always kind of kept me going. When I put out I'm a Mess, I was so nervous about, I'm putting out a song called saying I'm a mess and a loser. Like I'm calling myself a loser. So I was nervous about that, but that was one song that that was my most successful selling song without a feature on it, just me. And it was called I'm a Mess. So I knew that I had to be vulnerable going in. But I had one of my co-writers, Justin Tranter, come in and really help me feel comfortable and safe to speak about those things and to help me put it into words and put it into songs. And yeah, that was a really fun process.
All right, cool. And I like that, you're kind of laughing at the fact that it's one of your biggest songs and it's also called I'm a Mess. But I think that's what's so special about your music in a lot of ways, that it's vulnerable and people can connect to it, but it's also, you have so much fun music that a lot of people can enjoy. So we are very excited for your upcoming album. We do have to head out of here in a little bit. So before we go, how about just a quick message to all of your Filipino fans? Very excited for your album. And of course, we'd love to see you on tour someday when the world is safe. Just a quick message for the fans.
Okay, I would say I love all my Filipino fans. Thank you so much for always being kind to me, especially when I came to the Philippines. You guys treated me so nicely, and you guys are so passionate and always showing me love on the internet. And I can't wait to see your beautiful faces, and I just hope I can tour it there. And mahal ka kayo.
That was so good. I mean, that was great that you were able to remember that phrase. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We're so excited about your album and everything that's going to come with it. The song Sacrifice, as I said earlier, is blasting on Magic 89.9 right now.
Yes.
So You guys can vote for it, request for it, whatever you want. Thank you so much, Bebe
Yes,
Rexha,
vote
for
for it,
sitting with
request
us.
for it.
Yes, please. And thank you so much, Bebe Rexha, for sitting down with us today. We had such a blast with you. And my name is Ashley. This has been Magic 89.9. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.